Hey there, this is IP Wonder. Before we get on with this video, smash that subscribe button and leave a like. There are many famous artworks of long-dead artists. Are their works protected by the copyright laws? Can you reproduce their artworks for commercial use? Today we are going to talk about the basics: copyright duration and the public domain. The copyright protection for a piece of work only lasts for a limited period of time. Do you know how long it lasts and what happens once these works come out of copyright protection? When the US passed its Copyright Act in 1790, the term was set at 14 years with the possibility of another 14-year renewal. The laws have changed over time and copyright terms have increased in duration, so different standards on copyright terms apply. The most important thing to note is that the creation of the publication date of a copyrighted work determines its copyright duration. For a work created after 1978, the law automatically protects the work from the moment of its creation and gives it a term lasting for the author's life plus an additional 70 years. For joined work, the term lasts for 70 years after the last surviving author's death. For works made for hire or anonymous and pseudonymous works, the protection duration is 95 years from first publication or 120 years from creation, whichever is shorter. Once the author's identity is revealed in Copyright Office records, the term becomes the author's life plus 70 years. The copyright duration rules for works before 1978 are complicated. Generally speaking, it is 95 years from the date of the registration or the date of publication with notice. For works that were created but neither published or registered before 1978, the copyright duration in these works is generally computed the same way as the current rule. So according to the rules we just talked about, all copyrighted works published with a valid copyright notice of 1924 or earlier entered the public domain in the United States on January 1st, 2020. What is public domain exactly? The public domain is the space where works are not protected by intellectual property laws. These works belong to a public, not an individual author or artist. Works enter into the public domain in different ways. Works that have never been copyrighted are in the public domain. Take the Mona Lisa as an example. It is not protected by copyright laws because it was made long before any copyright laws were created. Works whose copyrights have expired also enter in the public domain. Like we said earlier, that includes any work published before 1924. Some authors put their work in the public domain and waive their copyright before it expires. You are free to use these works without any permission from the copyright owners. Okay, so now let's return to the questions. Can we reproduce Van Gogh's Starry Night and print it on t-shirts or cups for sale? Yes, you can, because this painting published before 1924 is no longer protected by the copyright laws and has entered in the public domain. So you can copy it or create a 3D artwork out of it without worrying about any copyright infringement issues. Same for the Mona Lisa question because it is also in the public domain. We have seen galleries and museums publish photographs of famous works of art from their collection and ask for licensing fees to use of these photographs. Note that if the artworks themselves are in the public domain, any exact reproductions of these two-dimensional artworks are not protectable by the copyright laws. We hope you liked this video. See you next time!